thread by thread, I find my way. Come and take off the rain. I left the kettle on.
I knew there was a lot, but I didn't realise there was this much. 6 months knitting, 6 months designing, 6 months inspired by AI, 6 months inspired by colour, 6 months inspired by Orkney. Well, where do you start? That needs buttons, and that's going to be a pattern. That needs buttons, and that should be a pattern. That doesn't need buttons. Perhaps that will be a pattern. That doesn't need buttons, but it definitely is gonna be a pattern. I like that little vest. That was one I'd finished, and I think that will have to be a pattern. Lots of crocheted accessories, like this little short jacket with a bag.
When people hear the words artificial intelligence and knitting in the same sentence, they often imagine a computer replacing designers, replacing creativity, or even replacing the people who write patterns. But that's not how I use it at all. What you're watching now is an AI-generated fashion runway. None of these garments exist, at least not yet. They're ideas, possibilities, little sparks of inspiration. And that's exactly why I love using AI in my creative process. As knitters, we've always gathered inspiration from the world around us. We see a beautiful sunset and think about colour combination. We spot an interesting texture on a stone wall and wonder how to create it in stitches. We browse fashion magazines, Pinterest boards, historical costume collections and textile museums. AI simply gives me another place to gather ideas. When I created these runway images, I wasn't asking AI to design a knitting pattern. I was asking it to help me explore shapes, silhouettes, colours and styling concepts that I might never have considered otherwise. Also, I was interested in the current trends for knitting in the next 2 summer seasons. For example, I might see a sleeve shape I like, a neckline, a colour palette, the way different textures work together. But turning that idea into an actual knitted garment still requires a knitter, me. It still requires design decisions, by me. It still requires swatching, definitely by me. It still requires mathematics, yeah, me, and a computer calculator. And it still requires experience. Well, I think I've got plenty of that. AI doesn't know how my yarn behaves. It doesn't know how much positive ease I want. It doesn't know whether a stitch pattern will stretch, drape, or collapse when it's knitted in real life. That's where the designer comes in. That's where technical editors come in. And that's where me and all you knitters out there come in. In fact, I would argue that AI makes those skills even more valuable, because having lots of ideas is only the beginning. The real magic happens when someone with experience can take an idea and transform it into something that actually works. A technical editor understands grading, fit, and construction. This I know very well. A pattern designer understands how stitches behave. A knitter understands how fabric feels in the hand. AI doesn't replace any of that knowledge. If anything, it highlights just how important those skills really are. For me, AI is much closer to having an endless mood board than an automatic design machine. It's a creative companion, a brainstorming partner, a way to explore hundreds of possibilities before I ever pick up a pair of needles. And sometimes that's just enough for me. Sometimes one image is all it takes to unlock an entirely new project. In fact, some of the garments you've seen on this channel began exactly that way. Not as finished patterns, not as instructions, but as inspiration, a starting point, a conversation between imagination and my craftsmanship. Because ultimately, the thing that transforms an idea into a finished knitted garment isn't AI. It's human creativity. It's curiosity. It's skill. And perhaps most importantly of all, it's the willingness to cast on and see what will actually happen.
Look at them. Keep going a bit. Wow. Oh.
Puffins at the nesting place, gathering from the North Atlantic, gather on the northern isles. Time of their life, they're laying their eggs in the ground. How I wish I could be puffing on the cliffs of Westray.
Of course, runway fantasies are one thing. Turning an idea into something you can actually wear is quite another. Over the last 6 months, these are the projects that made it off the catwalk and onto my needles, perhaps even into my wardrobe.
So I thought I'd talk about some of the things that I've made in the last 6 months. Not all of it, because it would just take too long. And I have already made videos about them. But what I would like to sort of talk about mainly is the frogged linklet cardigan, which I do like and I wear quite a bit. Well, it's cropped, but I frogged it and I re-knit it. And in a card up there, I will point you in the direction of the video where I discuss the pattern and how I actually made it in full. So that one has been was a slight disaster at first, but you know, I like it. The more I wear it, the more I like it. I like the shorter version. For definite. I wanted a shorter version, but I thought it was a little bit too short, but no, I like it. I've got a belly now, and you know, if you wear a nice dress with gathers, it just fits nicely on top for that. So that one I like very much. The other one I like very much is the skirt. Now, I've not worn the skirt. I don't intend to wear the skirt. This isn't for me. And it's not for anybody in particular. But it was the design I wanted. So This was based on an AI design. The AI didn't create the pattern, it created the picture. I'll just show you the picture up here. And I put in the stitching and sort of followed the colour design, and I added the frill on the bottom in my own design, pattern design. So that one is definitely going to be a pattern. It also inspired the patterning on the trousers. Now the trousers I do like that I knitted this year, they're based on the shorts pattern, the Tresness Summer Shorts pattern, which is a free pattern for everyone this month, members and watchers who have not joined yet or are not subscribed even. So you can, because that one's on my website, so I will direct you in with a link to that one. But the talking about patterns, the Tresness Summer Tea, which I made a pattern of, is now online for members only for free this month. So the pattern, link to the pattern will be if you join the members pattern club. That's free this month, that pattern. It's a lovely pattern. I've had a lot of comments on this one with saying they thought it might be difficult, but when they actually did it, they realized how simple it was. You don't have to do the lower edge, but there is a tutorial for the lower edge. You could put just a few lines of single rib if you wanted to, but I would try it. It's so interesting and it's not as hard as it looks, I can tell you. If you want to know more about this pattern, go on my Ravelry post for this pattern. Anyway, so that is a free pattern this month on the Pattern Club members level 2. So if you join this month, you can get this one pattern for free, and also everyone gets the pattern for the Tresness Summer Shorts that go with this. Get that one for free too. The one that I asked AI to do was to create a pattern for a top-down sweater, which was beautiful. It came out beautiful from this point downwards. Love it. Love that bit. The neck was a nightmare. I was trying to do a Fibonacci style neckline. It's not done what I expected it to do. Basically AI suggested 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of increase, whereas that just didn't shape the neckline properly and it looks awful. It's sort of, and then I had to join it down the side. So I've started a new one, but this time in different colours, obviously. This time I have divided it there, but it's going to be a button down, a little button down, and then I've joined it across and come round to do the pattern. But this time I have 8 sections of increases which actually do the job better. It's almost like a little sunflower shape going on there, which is what I wanted. There you go. So I've now got down to the points on the yoke there, where I get to this line. So this line was an increase line, so that will have to be adapted because obviously I've double the stitches I have on here already, so that I can then split for the sleeves a little further down and just carry on in pattern, which I really like. So I'll let you know what that's like next month. But yes, so I'm on the last line there now. So is there anything in particular that you liked of my knitting in the last 6 months? What I would like to know is, what patterns would you like me to create for the items? I know which ones I would like to do. and that is the skirt for definite. And also, that's the skirt, and also this one, and the trousers. I might redo the trousers, although it was an adaptation from the shorts pattern. So yeah, is there anything particular that you would like a pattern of, so that if you're thinking of being a member and joining the pattern club, is there something you would like me to put in there for when was it? The next pattern will be coming out in October. So which pattern would you like to come out in October? That would really be interesting to me as to what you would really like yourself as a pattern in the pattern club. I would suggest that you go through all my playlists and just there's a particular one that I'm liking at the moment, and that is the Gansey cropped top that I made. That would be a very nice pattern. I've started that one again.